Hare Krishna, my humble obeisances to all the Vaishnava devotee. This video is a generic video on the topic of divorce, when and when not to get a divorce, for general understanding purpose. So let's begin with, should we use the word divorce or not? Well, it depends because everything is changing. The social order is not the same, people are not the same, their scruples are not the same, the value system is not the same. So it perhaps doesn't work out the way it should, right? So it all depends on the context, it all depends on how the chemistry between two people progresses. So just like we have to mold certain things, we may also have to mold these things as well. Now, why we have to mold, that I'm coming to. First, that is it that we cannot use this anymore? We have to use it because this has become extremely common these days with the growing differences and the understanding of life and lifestyle. Can we bring Ram Rajya? No, we cannot bring Ram Rajya with so much of lust, greed, anger, and all of these things around, unethical things, unscrupulous things being done around. Third, if we really have to bring a social order, the very first thing that we have to do is to change the education system completely from its roots. Till the time you cannot bring Ram Rajya, we cannot be feeding something else in the mind and trying to get a result, a very beautiful result out of it. It's not possible because with our generation you cannot do anything because already our education is over, right? With the middle aged generation, but generations down the line, yes, they can be molded. Okay, and then we can expect another wave of change to come in the society. Till that time we will have to bear with the frictions that are happening at various levels of the society. With the status quo, we will have to live with it. All right, now coming to why divorces happen. First is the choice. All right, from the boy's perspective and from the girl's perspective. From the boy's perspective first, okay, because still girls in most of the parts of cities don't have much say as far as choice of boy is concerned for her. So if your choice is, if you choose a girl, let's put it like this, if you choose a girl looking at her looks, looking at how many brothers or sisters she has, looking at how many property she has, how much property she has, looking at how much does she earn, looking at her beautiful figure, if this is what you look at, and perhaps you ignore her qualities, you will land up in soup. Today or tomorrow, it will not work out for you, right? Girls, from the girl's perspective, if you are just looking for a boy who has a fat income and who works in a very big company, who can provide for you anytime and anything, and he's handsome also, and he has less number of families, so you will be able to deal with less number of family, he stays close to your house or in the same city. If this is the way you look at marriage and you leave aside all his qualities, you will land in soup, definitely. You can mark my words. Leave aside what the pundits will say, but the fundamental logic of choice of a life partner is wrong. I have, even during my college days, there were girls, okay, and they were very ambitious even at that time. So I just out of inquiry, out of inquisitiveness, I just asked them that why do you want to pursue all these studies and stuff. I was just trying to gauge. So they very frankly replied that, look, if we study better, we'll get a better boy. He will be better paid, and he can just nourish me like anything, and I can cherish him. I just kept wondering, oh my God, this is how people figure out what type of a future partner will they have. Even at that time, I'm saying, right? Long ago, I'm talking about say 1999 or so, right? We were still doing our undergrads, almost about to complete. So that's that. Nature of your partner also matters. Like if you're very quiet and the partner is talkative, it all depends. Sometimes you gel because one partner fulfills what the other partner doesn't have, but generally it all depends. If you are falling somewhere in the middle stream, that okay, somebody talks minimally and somebody talks a little more, then it all evens out. But if you are two extremes, scientifically opposite poles attract each other, but generally vibrations you must see, whether your vibes are matching, whether your understanding about a particular thing is matching, how do you look at the world, what are small things, how do you do small things, what are your perspectives about generic material things and spiritual things. All these things should be matched, I feel. Otherwise you will land in trouble definitely in future. Even before this, why do you want to get married? Okay, as I gave you an example, it's very important that why do you need a partner in your life? Do you really need a partner, or are you independent enough? Even as a boy or a girl, are you independent enough to lead your own life? If you are very self sufficient person, if you are very good at yourself, you are fulfilled, then it's good enough. If you find a person who is very fulfilling emotionally, you can go ahead. But if you don't find anyone, you can remain single, but you always must have a reason as to why you should find somebody for yourself, right? Or why parents should find somebody for yourself. If you don't have a reason, it's just okay, right? For girls, though, it is written in scriptures that girls must be married because they need protection. Now, it all depends what situation you are in. We will talk about it later. When you cannot and must not divorce. Okay, when you should divorce, there are big fights on small things. There are big fights, and there is a pattern that is repeated after every 2 3 months without any reason. There may be people involved, there may be situations involved, but leave all of that aside because that is extremely karmic. You cannot do anything about that because that will be beyond your control. What can be within your control is you yourself and your partner and the communication that you may be having with each other. This particular thing is under your control. The rest of the things around are beyond your control, right? If these things are not working out, and if there are no kids involved, you can surely take a call, even though it is not recommended. But in modern times, quote unquote modern times, we cannot help it. Everything is changing, right? The business environment is changing, everything is changing, the work style, the lifestyle, everything is changing. As I said, that we will have to bear with this flux for a moment, unless we change the education system from the root bottom. When you cannot take, if children are involved and you have 10 or 11 years, now we have a new concept coming, it's called gray divorce. Okay, sleep divorce, what the heck. Don't come up with stupid ideas. Gray divorce, it should not happen. It's okay, so many years you have spent, the children are big enough. If you cannot stay very peacefully, and your partner is, you may have cheating partners even at an advanced age. अरे जाने दो ना, आधी जिंदगी तो निकल जा रही है, वो चीट कर रहा है, करने दो, वो चीट कर रही है, करने दो, आधी जिंदगी तो निकल गई है. You know that there is nothing beyond this, right? And the best thing that we can do beyond an age is to just focus on the Lord, chant the Lord's name, find spiritual association, and just get involved in it, and also try to engage your partner in this, but never ever divorce a partner. There is nothing called gray divorces. I think the courts may take a call on this, that gray divorces, just don't hear those cases. Don't hear to what are those bed divorces, sleep divorces. What, they don't sleep together and they sleep in different rooms. See, sleeping in different rooms, be after a particular age, this was there in Daivi Varnashrama system also, right? This is there, that couples don't sleep together, and they just sleep together when they have to bear good Krishna conscious children. That is all, they come together. Okay, otherwise they engage in the Lord service as a couple. So brahmacharya is followed even in grihast Daivi Varnashrama. So there is nothing to worry about it, right? What you cannot do, you cannot throw false allegations on your partner just because you want to separate both boys and girls. What is genuine, you must talk, and you must, if you have to fight and if you have to separate, you plan for a reconciliation. If reconciliation doesn't happen, then you fight like lion if you are right. Okay, and your voice cannot be subdued if you are right, be it a man or a woman, right? But I would definitely like to tell here that women generally, in most of the cases, they are innocent. Men are the one who play around a lot. Okay, with women have to be protected. Indian law system, women have to be protected even if the woman is educated. You see the South Korea case, they start earning very early, right? And they get famous also they get into fame and luxury also very early. But having fame, luxury and money doesn't necessarily mean that a woman will be protected. No. Okay, even if the woman is working, it breaks her to the core, right? She may lose her self-confidence, she may lose lot of other things, which may not be the case with the male partner. In most of the cases, I'm not saying all the cases, in most of the cases, 90% of the cases, 95% you can say, right? So we have to be extremely careful while we decide on these issues of women, and that is why, according to scriptures, women have to be protected. She will not work, she may be able to, she may be intelligent, she may be everything, but still she loses out, because then she thinks that, okay, I was doing all of these things for him, but if he is not there in my life, she loses interest in her life. Do you get it? Yes, parents may be there, brothers and sisters may be there, they have extended family members may be there, but deep down they are actually not her family. A typical Indian woman knows this. Okay, if she has been brought up in a very culturally rich atmosphere. So how others must perceive couples when they are divorced, just don't poke your nose. If they want to again come together, they will automatically come together. They will figure out ways how to find contact number and all that, or they would have blocked, and they will remain blocked for this lifetime and the next. Okay, don't try to play a stupid cupid when they are divorced. Don't try to bring them together and make their lives miserable. They have already led a miserable phase of their life. Don't try to redo it, reconstruct it for them. Stay out, including, I'm saying, in the devotee community. Okay? What to do post divorce? Well, that is up to you, men and women. What do you want to? You just move ahead, I would say. Heal and move ahead. That's all. In different directions. And you find out, because one karmic cycle has ended, you may be starting afresh. So you will have to forget all about it, start afresh. And if in case you are on crossroads, you come across any time in future, just behave as if you don't know. That's you were strangers earlier. Just be a stranger. It's just that we don't know each other. That's about it. What to do of post divorce? You want to marry somebody? Yes, you can go ahead. Single women out there generally don't marry so early. Okay, women have their own issues and problems. But if you are a single woman, and say if you are doing a normal type of a job where you have protection of family, you have a kid also, then to take care of, you can move ahead if you are a strong woman. But if you want to find a partner, do find a partner, but properly, with proper investigation. It should not happen that even the second case turns out to be मिजरेबल. ओके, नेवर एट ऑल. फिर आप टूट जाओगे पूरे तरीके से. Okay, then you will not at all be in a condition situation to trust anybody in life, not only men, anybody in life. Okay, so never do that. So when you go for a second marriage, especially if you are in a leadership position, people will try to weaken you all from all angles, including vicious women. They will stab you at the back, they will stab you left, right and center. Okay, they will mock you, they will do everything to bring you down just because they are not so powerful enough. Right? So never ever be, couples will try to bring you down, right? In such situations, I would strongly recommend that you find a very strong partner who is almost at par with you, or is in a better place position than you. Then it will all work out for you. But if you are in a leadership position, never ever find a partner who is weaker than you. Right? He should be intelligent than you, he should be grown up than you. Okay, he should be definitely in a position to guide you properly. Then you go ahead, because you will definitely need protection. Definitely. Okay, not protection in the sense that you will have somebody to show to the world, because this damn world will not allow you to stay peaceful and live peacefully. Okay, so people will be like wolves after you, because you will be single and divorced. You may have your money, property. They will try to snatch everything, because how they will perceive you as, she's single, she doesn't need anything, she's single, she doesn't need anything. Okay, we have a family, we have things. Okay, if you have a family, go to your family. No, why are you coming to me to take away everything? Just because you, even as a family, even as a couple, you are so incompetent, right? So you give them back like this. Don't be scared. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna.